Okay, in this video is a experimental one. I've got old bits of LED tape left over from God knows when. I've had them for a while. So this is like your bog standard LED tape. They run on 12 volts to 36 volts DC. They can run on AC 12 to 36 volts, but the the flicker is ridiculous. So that's why I always say run it on DC. I have tried it on AC and it does work. And this video really is an experiment really. This one, well, this end is already pre-done, because this is how it came from the factory. They always come with like a little, like a foot long lead with a heat shrink on the end of it and whatnot. So yeah. For those of you that don't know how to do LED tape, you need a good steady hand and patience, because you can get different varieties of LED tape. This style has got a bit more like silica top to it, on protecting the LED beneath and the contacts. You can actually get other ones which are these do not have, oh sorry, it told you wrong. This does have a cover on it, but you can get them without the covering on them. Unfortunately I just don't have the ones without, because literally all it is just a tape without this cover on it, and it makes life easier when it comes to soldering, because when you have to solder these you have to cut this silica off about there, and then make sure that the copper contacts are clean, and then solder it. And yeah, like this one here, and then obviously you can see it's clean, but you can't reverse polarity. Look, can't do these with reverse polarity because they just won't work, because LEDs only work one way. Simple really. But yeah, so this vid, I've got some LED tape. I want to see how many volts they can take. On a cold winter's morning, this is definitely what I need to do first. Get my priorities right. Have a nice cup of coffee to warm me up, because it's cold out there. Really cold. I've had snow, it's slowly going. We're due to have more though, because it is looking likely. And the weather app says there's a 50% chance. Not too bad. Ooh, be interesting if we get loads more. Be sick. Things to do this experiment is soldering iron, solder, LED tape, patience and a steady hand. Oh, and make sure you don't burn your fingers, because this end gets ridiculously hot. The only thing I could recommend is getting a decent soldering iron compared to the one I've got. This is a Screwfix Special. The only thing is, the end is disappearing slowly, and the more you pull it up, the less hotter it gets, because this is a second soldering iron, and they don't do replacement tips, which is annoying. And this solder, it's alright, it's not the greatest, but yeah, for £2 can't complain. Don't even think it's the right stuff. It's worked. I've done lights under there, lights above there, lights under here, so it's got to be the right stuff then. That's going to blow all the smoke out of the way, because you do get some smoke off this stuff when you're soldering, and it stinks. It's freezing cold. To get one or two things actually, excuse the state in here, you get two things. This one, that's obviously quite long, and this thing, the extension lead, because I'm going to be doing this not mobile, externally controlled. So let's do this. Just let the soldering iron warm up a bit, got my air vent going. Let's do this. But there's one tip I'd always advise when you're doing LED tape, is always carry a 9 or 12 volt or 18 volt battery. Doesn't matter if it's a lithium or like this one, NiCad or anything like that. All you literally do, put the positive on the positive, negative on the negative, and it lights. Then I'll tell you that you've got the polarity right and the connections are good. Right, that was a factory pre-made one. So what I'll do is I'll do the one I've just done and we'll try it. Yep, connection's working. That's all good news. This one's about 2.5 meters long. So yeah, so next one, relatively short, probably about a meter and just under a meter. Also, my soldering's not the greatest at the minute. I've just ripped that one right off. That's why you should always check before fitting it anywhere. Repair later. It works. That was on an 18 volt 1.3 amp hour battery. Right, bit of word of warning now. What you're about to see in this next experiment should not be tried at home, and if you do, well, it's your own fault if it goes wrong. Let's do this. How many volts can LED tape take? Let's find out. First up, short bit. That was quick. You can go. Yeah. Annihilated it. All the LEDs are popped. I think a couple of resistors started to arc over as well. Didn't even hear anything. It was pants. Okay, we have the medium length one now. Let's see what happens on this fucker. Once I make more than just a nothing. But still. That was pants. Oh really? Wow. I did nothing. I just blown cement off the LEDs. They can actually see what's inside one. That I have, that was my soldering, so that's not that. Apart from that, can't really see out else. So these LEDs up here are gone as well. That one's been blown its cap off. Yeah, that's fucked. Next, last but definitely no means least, the longest LED tape that we've got. Let's see, shall we? Can LED tape take 240 volts? Let's find out. Bang bang. Fucking shit that was. Bollocks. Did it go pop? Yeah, it's popped. Pants. Right, that was a fail. I think the only good decent one we had was the second one. But yeah, so can LED tape take 240 volts? No. As we found out, it pops the heads off the lights. Alright, so next vid, these are going to go through more torture and they're going to be nothing left of them. And what I mean by that is, well, you're going to have to find out in the next vid. So then, thanks for watching the vid. Please comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers guys.